So, the first example that I want to tell you is a bit of an interesting one. The important thing about this example is that it is an example of agile practices, but this has been going on for years. Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely nothing new. And it wasn't until retrospectively I started looking at this particular example and thinking this is exactly an agility-based example. The lady in question is a lady called Elizabeth, and she is a pharmaceutical representative for a large pharma company. Her job is selling to doctors, yeah? And she has, if you know the pharma environment, then she has, a whole bunch of list of doctors, and she has an appointment with the doctor once every 6 to 8 weeks. How long does she get with the doctors? About 5 minutes. Now this is a highly educated woman, yeah? She's got medical degrees behind her, and she's very well respected in the medical community. What can you do in 5 minutes? Well, her marketing department says that she should be showing the marketing materials that they spend billions and billions in actually showing. And I'm sure she does show those from time to time as well. But she does something else. She goes to her doctors at the beginning of a relationship, or when the relationship is established. She goes to the doctor and she says to the doctor, look, 5 minutes of conversation is a complete waste of your time and my time. What can we do in 5 minutes? And the doctor says, I don't know. And she says, how long does a good conversation take? And the doctor says, well, I don't know, 40 minutes, an hour and a half. It depends what we're discussing. And she says, well, that's what I want to do. I want to have a good discussion, a proper discussion, a long, detailed, in-depth discussion where we can both fight, argue, conclude, summarize, agree, and come to a conclusion. And the doctor says, okay, but you know I only have 5 minutes for you in these meetings. And she says, that's not a problem. My job will be putting the topic on the table and remembering where we left off. Your only job is remembering where we left off and then answering the question that I come into the meeting with. So what she does from an academic perspective is she takes a large 1 hour, 1.5 hour discussion about a complex medical topic, and she splits it up into small 5-minute sequences. She remembers where she was the last time around, the last question that was asked, the last piece, and she comes into the new meeting and says another question. You know the game of chess. You know the game of distance chess, where you've got a chessboard in Hawaii and a chessboard in England, and you call to move your pieces. This is the same principle. And this is an agile approach to running one particular conversation. In the pharma environment, they call it creating a customer journey. And Elizabeth is an expert at creating a customer journey. And why is it agile? Because she reduces the time of the meeting and increases the quantity of the meetings over time. Actually, she doesn't increase the quantity stays the same, but she creates an environment where the doctor is aware that there is a certain quantity of interactions that is necessary to get one decent conversation into the process and to have it discussed. Her doctors love her. They spend more time with her. 5 minutes goes to 10 minutes, goes to 15 minutes. She literally has to block the time and say, no, we're done. I need to think of the next question now to come back with. That is an agile approach.